and welcome back to another episode of Taylor Time. I'm here at Sweets with Shaniece in downtown Roanoke, and today we're going to be making something. So what are we going to be making today?
Today we're going to be making stuffed cheesecake cones. So the flavor that I picked was Oreo. I make 3 different flavors: Oreo, strawberry, and banana pudding.
I've made Oreo. I think the first episode I did on the show was Oreo cupcakes. So
oh, okay.
It's perfect, like another Oreo dessert in this season. So how do we get started?
Okay, so first we have our waffle cones. We have our Oreo crumbs, sugar, cream cheese, heavy cream, Oreos, chocolate sauce, and white chocolate. So first we'll get started off by melting our white chocolate. So I'll go over to the microwave here, and now we're gonna mix it.
So as far as melting chocolate, like, do you have any sort of like special technique or something you add to the chocolate?
So I add coconut oil to thin it out, to make it a little bit more smooth. It just depends on how I'm melting it that day. Maybe if I'm doing like a bigger batch, I'll use a double boiler, and it comes out a little bit more smooth. But the microwave method works. You just have to thin it out a little bit.
And you have to be careful, because if you put it in there for too long, it'll mess up and it's not usable anymore.
Oh man, I've done that so many times. Messed up chocolate, seized it, or if it gets just a little bit of water in it, it's over. That's it. So this is okay, but I'm gonna add just a little bit more coconut oil to thin it out. Tempering chocolate is probably one of the most intricate things that I've
Me and my sister know about that. Especially when you want to put chocolate like on a cake, like like some sort of like chocolate designs, because usually you like to put like little chocolate balls on top of cakes, like make it kind of like an abstract design, and so the whole tempering thing,
I've done that a lot. I've seen hacks where they use like styrofoam balls and covered them in chocolate. And when they've covered them in chocolate, they put them on like a popsicle stick or a toothpick and stick them in the cake, which makes it a little bit lighter because chocolate is very heavy. It can be very heavy. Okay, I think we're okay. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I want it to be runny.
So how did you start your business? Like, what inspired you to start baking?
Well, in 2019, I was hosting a baby shower for my godson, and we had ordered a cake, and what it was supposed to look like, it didn't look like it. And I've always been pretty artistic, so I was already making like the treats and stuff, and I ended up not buying the cake because I was just not satisfied. So what I ended up doing was throughout the night I ended up making the cake again, and it actually came out better than the other cake that I was supposed to get. So at the baby shower, everyone was asking, like, who made the cake? Who made the treats? Who made all this? And I was like, I do. But they were like, how much do you charge? I'm like, I don't know. Because, it was just like a trial thing. So then after the baby shower, I got my first order of cake pops. So I started with cake pops. Probably the most difficult thing to do. So she really enjoyed it, and then I just started like researching on YouTube and how-tos and watching all types of videos, and ended up starting to do more and more orders. So what I have to do is I have to coat the inside of the cone with chocolate, so that the cream cheese mixture that we put inside, it doesn't make the cone soggy. I learned that the first time that I made cones. The first time they were all like flimsy, and I'm like, why? So I'm in a baking group on Facebook, and I'm like, why did my cones turn out soggy? They're like, did you coat the inside? I was like, no. So we'll do that first. So what I do is take the cone and take the chocolate and I basically paint the inside all the way around, which it's more sugar. Who doesn't like more sugar?
Yes.
Okay, so once it's pretty much filled, then I'll take the chocolates to the side of the bowl and do the outside. And then that's a lot of chocolate. So I'm gonna tap it to tap off the excess so that we don't give everybody diabetes. So I think we're pretty good. It's not really dripping or anything. So now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna roll it or pat it into the Oreo mix.
So you said you've done this with like strawberries. So like for the Oreos, you put the Oreo crumbs on the outside. What would you do for the strawberry?
So it's like a strawberry crunch mixture. So it's basically vanilla Oreos or the golden Oreos, and then it has like Jello mix and a little bit of butter. Mix it in a food processor, and it makes it like a strawberry cookie, and then you crunch it up.
Is that the mixture that's usually like on the outside of popsicles?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I used to get those all the time in elementary school in my snack line.
They're definitely a child favorite.
Yes.
So what we'll do is, I usually do the cones first. For one, it takes the most time, and then we'll let the chocolate set and harden for a little. Once it hardens, then we can start filling the cones.
There we go, all right. So you said you take a cone, and then what do you usually do? You'd use a spoon?
Yep, if you want to mix that up a little, just so it's a little bit more smooth. Yep, and then you want to paint the inside.
And just go around in a circle?
Yep, go around until the whole thing is filled.
Okay. And then do I shake it off first, or do I dip it and then shake it?
I would dip it first, and then you can shake it all off at the end. Yep.
All right. So just kind of get it to one side of the bowl?
Yeah.
There we go. Is that good?
Yep.
Or okay.
That's good. Yeah. And then you tap.
Whoops. And then just roll it around in the Oreos.
Yep. Yeah, tapping it, or that works too. Tapping it, it just prevents the chocolate from moving on the cone, because then you might end up like turning it and turning all of the chocolate on one side.
And then it'll become like this chocolatey Oreo mixture.
Right. But that works too. Looks great. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Do you want to do another?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so we take the spoon. I think adding the coconut oil, like having a looser consistency, that makes it a lot easier.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because you kind of want it to still fall.
Yes.
But not be too stiff. Whichever way works for you. Sprinkling it.
You usually just like tap it?
Yeah.
Okay.
you know, everybody has their own methods, so, you know. So we're not quite done with the crumble yet. So we'll set that to the side and we'll start making the cheesecake mixture. So it's basically a no-bake cheesecake, simple recipe. So we're gonna take the cream cheese and we're gonna put it in there. And then we're gonna take our sugar, it's a cup of sugar, and we're gonna cream it together. So it's mixed a little bit. I'm gonna scrape down the sides because it gets stuck on the sides. The cream cheese. It's better if the cream cheese is room temperature because it makes it a little bit more easy to mix. Yeah.
It's not just a big block in it.
Yeah, definitely.
What were some like difficulties opening up your business?
Well, opening up my store, one of the most difficult things was finding help, finding people to work for me and that are as passionate as I am with this. Being is that I create art, I'm very particular about every
perfectionist, yes.
So, like finding somebody to like duplicate what I do, or just hiring people. Yeah. That's the hardest thing.
Like finding people who are fit for the job.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody can't do this.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, everything's been pretty easy because it's easy for me because I love doing it. So I'm in here all nights of the all hours of the night, and I don't care. Like I go home to sleep for like 2 hours and then be right back in here. It's just what I like to do. But next we'll add some heavy cream to the mix. We'll add just a little bit at a time. It wasn't much, it was just a half a cup. So, just to make it a little bit more creamy. And then I'm gonna scrape down the sides once more. And then the mixture is done after that, pretty much.
What's some of your favorite desserts to bake? Because I know some are harder than others.
Yes. So I like making different flavors of cupcakes, like creating them and designing them. I think my favorite dessert to actually make other than creating cupcakes would be actual cakes, making them and putting them together. I think that's the best thing about doing what I do.
Do you like the decorating part or like the actual like putting the cake together and baking it and stacking it?
No, if I didn't have to bake, I wouldn't bake. I would not. Yeah, the decorating. Yeah. Like if I had like a professional like baker, just baker, sure, come on. I'll do all the decorating.
Someone to just bake all the cakes and you have them lined up and ready for you to decorate. That's easy.
That's it. I'm working on that now because decorating takes so long. Because, you know, as bakers, we are perfectionists. Yes. So. It's like, how long did it take you to roll that fondant? Almost an hour to get it right. Yes. So one more whisk, and then we'll fill the piping bag. I think we're good. Yeah. Do you have a favorite dessert that you like to make?
As far as like a customer favorite, I'd have to say my vanilla cake, my cheesecakes, and my pound cakes.
Okay.
But as far as like what I like to make the most, I say my answer is like basically the same as yours. Like if I didn't have to do like the baking part of the cake, I wouldn't. So like decorating is my favorite part.
Oh yeah.
Because you can get creative with that. You can do whatever you want to.
Yeah, that's the best.
If you had to give advice to someone, like if they want to open their own storefront or start baking, what advice would you give to someone?
If anyone would like to open their own business, I would say do your research. Because coming into this, I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just kind of learning as I go. So I think had I reached out to maybe like another bakery or another small business that's similar, it would have been a lot more smooth for me. But yeah, there's a lot of paperwork that goes into it. There's a lot of taxes and fees that I didn't know that existed. But yeah, and do your research and then just don't give up.
Yes.
Because you can't please everybody. And I've learned that's a hard way. So if you just keep going and take feedback, bad and good. Take it and apply it to your business and just keep going. Trial and error. Because I have no baking or culinary degree. I graduated from YouTube University. Okay.
Yes, me too.
Everything that I've learned, because I didn't really have a mom around to teach me how to bake or a grandmother to teach me how to like bake. So I had to learn everything on my own, and here I am, YouTube graduate. So I'm gonna put the cheesecake mix in a piping bag. It makes it a lot more easy to fill the cones when it's time to fill them. So a lot of people use the cup method.
Yeah, me and my sister talk about that. Her favorite method is to use her hand. I like to use a cup. I just think it's easy.
It wasting dishes. That's another dish I have to wash. Yeah. So because I'm doing chocolate, so what I do is because I make so many cones, I think yesterday I made like 70 cones.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So because people really like these things. So I just make a big batch, and whatever flavor I do, I like put it in the mix. So I'm gonna put some chocolate sauce in the middle, and then kind of like massage the bag a little to make it like more chocolate. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put some here, and then I'm gonna add some more. And if it was strawberry, I would just do strawberry sauce. The banana pudding is a little bit different because I make the pudding and then I mix it with this, so it makes it like still pudding-y but still cheesecakey too. Yeah, it's really good. We sold out of those last week. Like, oh my gosh, I have to make more.
How many of those do you make a week? Like,
well, I make them once a week on Mondays, on my prep days. So I think I made like 70, 72 yesterday. So hopefully that'll last me through the week, but we'll see. Because of the number of orders that I get, I don't really have time to like, because they're very time consuming.
Yeah.
So I don't really have time to go back and do more, unless one of my employees does it for me. But yeah. These bigger piping bags are my favorite.
Yes. I always ask my mom to get those because you don't have to use as many, first of all.
Right.
And then,
I can reuse this. Like,
yeah.
I can keep putting it in here. And then at the smaller ones, you have to like keep going. Okay, I think we're pretty good. So, I have a stand that I can put those in. Let me go grab that. So I'm gonna put them in here. It makes it a lot easier to fill them, especially if you're doing like a lot of them. So I can fill some, and then you can fill some if you want. Uh-oh. It's okay. We'll take the piping bag and I'll cut off the end. And then I'll fill it. Do you want to fill the other two?
Yes. I can see the chocolate in there.
Yeah. Just a hint, you know, you don't want to get too much. Told you diabetes is a thing. Fill this smaller one with the chocolate. So drizzle the cones. So I'm gonna take some. Take these off of the stand. I like to lay them flat, side by side, because it's a lot easier when you're drizzling. So I'm going to take a little bit of crumbs, and I'm going to sprinkle on the top. And then we'll put one whole Oreo in the top, just like that. And then we drizzle. So we'll cut small. I like to test my drizzle first to make sure it comes out okay.
Yeah, that usually happens with me a lot of the times too.
You see it's like zigzagging?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Me either.
Okay, it's okay. It'll still eat the same. I start from the top, and then there it goes. Go all the way off. Would you like to drizzle your too?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. All right.
Awesome. And there we have our cheesecake cones. Those are the Oreo ones.
These look delicious.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is like the most popular between the strawberry, banana pudding, and the Oreo?
Probably the strawberry. Yeah, because people like, you know, strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah,
so,
strawberry cake.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite?
The Oreo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To end this episode, it wouldn't be a Taylor Time episode if we didn't try one of these. So, we can do a little taste test.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Cheers. This is really good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. These were delicious. And so, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.